Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday, June 17th. Pretty exciting day. Why? Well, because we're here. We're able to be here. We're able to be able to go out there and make some things happen. I'm feeling really good about that because there's a lot of cool things that we have the opportunity to be doing right now, and that can be in life, that can be in business. But I really just am very grateful today. Just feeling grateful. I think you should feel grateful too that we're able to be doing this where we can hang out virtually. So let's just take a minute to feel grateful for what we have in front of us, what we have, what we're capable of, what we're able to do. The only limits are ourselves. And today is not going to be all about that, by the way, but that's just kind of what came to me as I was getting ready to press live. And here we are. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. What's up, guys? We got Salam in the house, of course. How are you doing? Justin's in the house from Australia. Love it. Kay, what's up? Good morning to you. Karen's in the house. Oh, Karen, by the way, your hot seat is supposed to air today. I need you to, I sent you an email. I need you to get into the Facebook group. You haven't been in the group yet. And I wanted to make sure that you're part of the Brand Creators Academy group because that hot seat is going live. And I know that you have not been in the group yet, which I thought you were. You are part of Brand Creators Academy. You just haven't been part of our group, which, I mean, over there, that's where all the action's happening. So make sure that you check out that email. Make sure that you get that request that I sent you so we can make sure that we get in there. It was a great hot seat, by the way. Yes, Salam, I am grateful for this morning crew. Awesome. Ad Cuts, what's up from the UK? What's up, man? How are you doing? Let's see. Tamara, morning. Very grateful to be here. Grateful that you're here. Rebecca, what's up? Justin, first time you are wearing a jacket on the show. You noticed. Of course, Justin would notice. You know why? It's freezing here today. I say freezing. It's about 60 degrees, but it's damp and it's cold out there and our heat isn't on. So I'm just like, I'm going to put a sweatshirt on. And you're right. I had one on yesterday. I just didn't have one on for our little morning talk. I put one on later. But yes, I have the sweatshirt on today. I needed it. I needed the sweatshirt today. It is chilly. Yeah, Karen, do that, okay? It was a great session, by the way. And if you guys are in Brand Creators Academy, I know some of you are. Really good hot seat with Karen. We talked all about her business in the educational space, I should say, and just really how we were able to brainstorm some ideas of what to do next. And a lot of it was to do with, email list, keep doing that, and also build that digital product. Let's get going on that thing, which I'm actually pretty excited about. We've been working behind the scenes right now. My daughter Alexis, who also did the Pinterest traffic workshop, we've been working behind the scenes on a little side project, which we're going to turn into a training inside of Brand Creators Academy, which we are testing right now. We're actually putting the components together, the pieces, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So if you guys are in the Academy, you guys will see that. If you're not in the Academy, I should probably mention that we're opening for enrollment July 6th, okay, for 5 days. So if you're interested, be ready for that. That's our community of brand creators, and it's really a great group of people, and we hang out there. We do hot seats. We do coaching calls. We do virtual calls. We do a lot inside of there, but we also take a lot of action. A lot of action takers in there. What's up, Grace? Good morning, Scott. And this is awesome. And this awesome morning crew. Awesome. Let's see. Debbie. Morning, Scott. Morning to you. Kay. Hey, Scott, please check my email. Your email. I'm not sure what you mean, Kay. I think you mean check an email that you sent me. Maybe. I'll check into that. I think that's what you mean. If you want to clarify that, Kay, for me. Hey, Mike. Morning, everyone. Mike Smiley in the house. What's up? Ashley, what's up? Good morning, Scott and morning crew. Yeah, Ashley, haven't seen you around. Hopefully everything's okay. Probably busy. And oh, yes, thank you. Justin is always there to tell me, make sure that I take a sip of this coffee before it gets cold. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, Kay, I'll check that out. I think you said you sent me one. Oh yeah, you know what? I think I did get that, but I think I forwarded it over to Chris to look into that. But yeah, I'll send you an email back on that. Yeah, do that. Resend it. That way it'll pop it back up to the top of the queue. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's talk about niching down. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, well, I've got here, what do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 examples I'm going to share with you on how niching down can become really, really powerful. I did another hot seat session yesterday, which will be going into Brand Creators Academy. And Helene was on with me, which she's not on here today, I don't believe. But she might watch the replay. If you are, Helene, it was a great call. I think we identified a lot of things there for you. But it really did come down to getting super clear on the market that you are going after. Not going after the big market, going after the smaller section of the market. And it's funny because we're actually going through this process right now with this little digital product that we're building behind the scenes, which is not in this market, by the way. It's not a product for you guys. It's actually one for a completely different market. And it's also in a completely different audience that I've never targeted before. We're switching the positioning of the product, but we need to know who we're going after. Okay. We need to know who that person is, and we need to really drill it down. So I want to ask you guys right now that are here live, are you niching down? And if you're willing to share your niche down niche, a lot of niches there, or niches, tell me, are you right now currently niching down? So think of your market, okay, the big market, and I'll give you some examples here in a minute, but think about the big market and then drill down deeper into the market, but still being able to serve the top of the market, but you want to go deeper because there's less competition there, and then we can always build out of that. It's just easier to get there. And this is exactly what I did yesterday. I went through this exercise with Helene, and I've done it numerous times. Whenever I do like a niche drill down, and we do a bunch of them in the academy, is where I'll just drill in, right? And then I find a website or a few that are already paving the path. So I'll just look at their results and I'll go, oh, those are some great ideas. Maybe we'll go in that area because they've already proven there's traffic there, right? So you do want to find that sub market. Okay. You want to go at least a level deep, maybe even 2, 3 levels deep. In a few of these examples, I'm going about 2 and sometimes 3 levels deep. Okay. And I guess a perfect example of this would be if I was going into the fitness market, I would not say, Scott, you're just going to go out there and serve everyone out there that wants to get in shape, right? I personally would say, okay, I'm going to go after people that want to be in better shape. They want to build muscle. They're men and they're over 40. So you see what I just did there? I took this big market of health and fitness and I went to, okay, we're not going to just talk about a diet. We're going to talk about getting in shape, building muscle, not just losing weight, building muscle, and then targeting men that are over 40, right? I'm excluding everyone else right now. Now, could I eventually put a piece in there that says men over 50? Sure. Could I do another piece in there that says how to get a 6-pack? Could, right? But we're going with that specific area, and that's where we're going to focus. And then we can always come out of that. We're not going to name our site Fitness for Men Over 40. We wouldn't want to do that. We would still want something that would allow us to always speak to the entire market if and when we want to. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So I see a lot of, let's see here. Oh, Helene said, I'm usually here just doing my weights. Nice. Keep it going, Helene. Keep it going. Okay. James is here. What's up, James? Good morning, Troy. Simple and easy organizing tips for working moms with kids. So Grace has came out and shared her niche, which I love that. So basically simple and easy organizing tips for working moms with kids. Okay. So instead of it just being organizing tips, we went into more specific with who we are targeting, and that's working moms with kids. I would also encourage you to go deeper than that in the organizational thing. Is it just organizing? I don't know, playrooms, right? Is it organizing the kids' rooms? Is it organizing for a trip? Is it like you could go even a little bit deeper than that, but I do like it how you went with organizational stuff, right? Like tips. And And then from there, you drilled it down into moms with kids. So I like that. And that's good. James says here, yes, I'm niching down. The big picture is guitar lessons, but I niched it down to guitar lessons for beginners. So I talk to people daily, some of which have questions about their first guitar. Okay, I like that, but we could take that a little bit deeper too. And we can say guitar lessons for beginners. And then you can go in the segment of the market. You could go country. You could go a certain style of music is where I'm going with this. That way there, you can do beginner lessons. Because if I want to learn beginner guitar stuff, and you're telling me I got to learn a country song, but I want to learn hard rock, it's not going to pertain to me as much. So I would try to tailor that to be around a certain style of music, right? Beginner learn or guitar lessons for beginners, rock music, or rock guitar lessons for beginners, right? Or country guitar lessons for beginners. See what I did there? We just niched it down just a little bit further. But I do like that, James. Let's see. Financial freedom for moms 35 plus. Okay, I like that, but we need to get a little bit more specific on that. So financial freedom is one thing. And so what are we really targeting them with? How are they getting that? Is it because you're going to have saving tips for people to become debt-free and they're 35 and over? Or is it you can make some extra money to allow you to be financially free by doing eBay, right? Like how are you going to get there? We have to go a little bit deeper than that in that market. Is the running niche too broad? Yeah, I believe it is. I think the running niche could then go into, are you a casual runner or are you a marathon runner, right? Are you doing it for exercise? Or are you doing it for a competition, right? So we could go a little bit deeper than that in the running niche. We could also do running niche for seniors. We could do running niche for men, for women, for men over 40. We could go a little bit deeper on that. The running niche is big, right? We want to go deeper. Let's see here. Excellent advice. James says, yes, thank you. Hopefully that helped. Building business, exit, rat race, and achieving financial freedom. Yes, but we need a vehicle to get there, right? So I can sit here and say, I'm in the how to make money online, right? But who am I serving? I'm serving anyone that wants to build a brand. The brand building process is part of them achieving financial freedom. But I'm not just out there saying, I'm going to go attack the financial freedom market, right? I'm attacking the people. Attacking, that's a terrible word to say. I'm helping the people. I'm going after the market of people that are like me, right? That in most cases are over 30, have kids, and they want to have freedom in their life to do the things that they want to do. The vehicle to get them there is how to start a blog, right? Or how to start a website that makes money. See what I'm doing there? I'm going deeper. What is the vehicle that's going to help them get there? That's what you need to focus on, because people aren't just going to be searching for that at a broad level. They may, but then you're going to just be in the sea of everyone else. So you got to figure out what that is. Rebecca, a hair extension niche. Yes. And now here we can go hair extensions for certain type of hair, right? Certain type of person, hair types, right? So hair extensions is good, but then we can go into it a little bit deeper. Is it for women over a certain age, certain style, right? Is it a little bit deeper is where I would go with that. But I do like hair extension is here. And actually hair extension would be into like hairstyle, right? Hair extension. And then from there, we would go a little bit deeper into the next level deeper, which would make it easy to do as well. So these are great, guys. Thanks for sharing that. That was pretty awesome. So let's do this. Let me give you some examples of my own. All right. So again, fishing. We all hear me talk about fishing, right? So fishing here, okay, top. We go a level deeper. What are we going to do? Bass fishing, okay? We're going to go a level deeper. Kayak bass fishing. We just added a layer there, right? Bass fishing, kayak bass fishing, okay? Fishing, bass fishing, kayak bass fishing, okay? So again, now we could even say kayak bass fishing. We could even go one level deeper than that, if you can imagine that. That is like kayak bass fishing competition or tournaments, right? So everything about tournaments, that's what I'm going to focus on. People that are competitive with that. Or you just got someone that's casually going out and doing kayak bass fishing. I could still serve both of them, but I would not want to name my my website the Ultimate Kayak Bass Fishing, right? Because then I'm locked into kayak bass fishing. What if I want to talk just about bass fishing, right? What if I just want to talk about fishing? So I want to make that something that will allow me to go deeper in these sub niches when I start, and then I can work towards getting it more broad. Okay. The other one is, and this is going to be for Karen, is teaching. So you have teaching is like up here, right? So school and then teaching, right? And then from there, we have homeschool. So we have a public school, we have a private school, we have homeschool, right? And in there, we have a teacher in usually all of these different levels, right? So then if I go after homeschool, I've excluded people that are going public school and teachers that are in public school. I'm helping homeschool people. Now I can target homeschool teachers that are doing it, that are helping with like maybe a group of kids, or I can go the homeschool parent, right? And then from there, I can say, let me go one level deeper and let me go homeschool for preschoolers, right? So see what I did there? I went teaching or schooling, right? Teaching. And then I went from there, public school or private school or homeschool. Homeschool, boom, go down another layer for parents, for teachers, go another layer deep, and then I go preschoolers, right? Or maybe grades 1 through 5, right? So I go a level deeper always. Another example here, and this one here is what we did when we went into the Airbnb space, right? So you have rental units, right? You have, well, you can go real estate, and then you can go rental, right? So we have rental property, okay? Then you have, do you choose it to be a long-term rental or a short-term rental, which we all know short-term rental is called Airbnb, but yet Airbnb is just, it's a marketplace, but technically everyone thinks of short-term rentals as Airbnb. So short-term rentals is a thing on its own. Airbnb is just a marketplace, but everyone knows about Airbnb, right? So I go renting, okay? I go long-term, short-term. So I go short-term, I go, okay, well, I'm going to do an Airbnb, okay? I'm going to do a short-term rental. But now I want to go ahead and go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go on the lake. I want to do Airbnbs only on the lake. And then from there, I want to go Airbnbs, not just on the lake, but luxury Airbnb on the lake, right? So now what I'm doing is I'm only going after people that are willing to spend a good amount of money to stay in a luxury property on the lake. I'm not looking at the short-term rentals that are on the lake that are a tiny home, which they're out there, by the way, and they do really well. I know a guy that actually has a whole plot of land, and he's putting about 70 tiny homes on there, and he charges about $200 to $300 a night. It's like a campsite, basically, and the thing is booked solid. It's a great model, not my model. I don't want 70 units that get $200 a night. I want one unit that gets $1,200 a night. That's what I'm doing, right? So that's what I want. We don't always get 1,200. It's ranges anywhere from about 750 to about 1350 right now. It's dynamic pricing. I know it's crazy, right? I don't know how and why people are spending that, but they are, and they enjoy it. And the guy that I'm using as my management system, he has about 18 of these properties that he's managing on the lake that are charging this amount of money. So that's where I want to play. But if I want to play there, I got to spend more money. Whole nother conversation. All right. But what I did here is I niched down, right? Even in the real estate market, I niched down. Okay. I don't want to go after the long-term rentals. Don't want to deal with that. I've dealt with that in the past. I don't like it. I don't like evicting people if I have to, right? Don't like that. And you can't get as much money because long-term, if I was to rent that lake house for just like a long-term rental for like a year, monthly, I might get maybe $4,000, maybe $5,000. If I do the short-term rental, I can get anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000 a month. Okay. That's a big difference. That's why I like that model better. Okay. And I get people in and out. I don't have to worry about someone parking there and then I have to evict them. Right. So anyway, let's move on. So that's the Airbnb space. Now let's go into this one. How about this? Basketball. Okay. This is kind of in line with my son. So you can go sports, then you can go pick a sport, basketball, then you can go basketball training, and then you go basketball vertical jump training. Okay. And then we can go a layer deeper and say only focus on for kids. Okay. So basketball vertical jumping for kids. okay? Not for adults, for kids. So basketball training, basketball vertical jump training for kids. See, boom, 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 boom. We just went really deep in that market. Now we're only talking to that audience. It's a smaller market. It's okay. Easier to get traffic, easier to get attention, and it's also easier to be well known for that in your market, because now all of your content is focusing there. Okay, but we're not going to call ourselves the ultimate vertical jumping site, right? We're not going to do that. We're going to be something around training basketball or just basketball in general. Okay, so those are my examples, and I guess that was 4. I thought I had 5, but I don't. Well, I did give you the other one too. So any questions on that, guys, that we have? Let me see here. Let me see what we got going on. Let me take a sip of coffee. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Octavio's in the house. What's up? Morning, brand rockers. That's your saying, man. I'm telling you, you came up with that, I think. Either you or Justin did. One of you did. Brand rockers. I like that. There's going to be a shirt made of that, by the way, guys. Maybe that's what we should do. Well, we should do something for the 100th coffee talk. I got to think on that. I fly right. Say, staff, I think it's safe travel for airline employees. Yeah, that's, I mean, you're talking, we're niching down a little bit. So staff travel for airline employees, that's really niche down. We could probably come out of that a little bit, but yeah, that's, I do like that, because there's a lot of airline employees that are going to need that. I think if you went a level or on I guess a side little niche, there would be more of like how to travel safe for passengers would be another one. Mike, getting in shape with better option version of foods you love. Yeah, that's a good one. We probably even go a little bit deeper on that, Mike, and maybe a specific age or age range, because it's different, right? I mean, if I'm a 25-year-old and I'm looking to get in shape, it's different for me than it is for someone that's my age at 47, right? So I think whenever you're going into some type of getting in shape, we need to narrow it down to a specific market and probably even a certain gender. That's just my 2 cents there. How do you know you have niched too much? When you see no competition? Not necessarily. It's when you start to see very little traffic. So I base everything off of the traffic, and then I look and see if anyone else has already created a website basing off of that content. So that's how we would do that. Nestor, what's up? Teaching about the law of attraction, would appreciate advice. Well, again, law of attraction is kind of broad, right? But it also starts with really how to not just reach your goals, but basically how to get anything you want out of life. And then you would introduce law of attraction, because that's what people are looking for. But then law of attraction, there's probably certain types or styles. I know some people would say, well, I don't want to be into the whole thing. I'm going to write it on a board and it's going to come true. So maybe there's another angle. I haven't looked into that market, so I don't know, but there's probably sub markets underneath the just law of attraction. So I would just dig deeper into that. I'd also look and see what other people are publishing in that space and see if that leads me to a sub market. Salma, $750 per night for your Airbnb. Yeah, that's on off season, which is, it's crazy, right? Yeah, I mean, right now our weekends are between $1,200 and $1,350 a night. It's crazy. Yeah. And they're getting it. We're booked all the way through August, actually beginning of September. Let's see. Grace. So the way I can niche down is to serve working moms with kids whose living space is limited. Yes. Yes. So you could target women, moms, yes, that are living in smaller quarters or condos or apartments, right? And then that way there you can help them with that organizational piece. There's not going to be, I don't believe there's going to be a group out there of people that are like, we're moms that want to be more organized, and they jump in there every day and they share their organizational tips. So there's got to be a different angle in there for a busy mom. So there might be some other little mini sub niches that will lead people in to your world. I think organizational also lends itself with productivity, how to get more stuff done in your day, how to utilize your time, and those types of things. Let's see here. Justin, sip time. Thank you, bud. What about niching down women that travel? That was Debbie. Yeah, I do like that. Actually, my good friend Maisie there. No, my good friend Alex from Travel Fashion Girl. That's what she has done. Really, she's traveled down, She's niched down to really focusing on women that want to travel. So yes, you can even go a little bit further, maybe women that niche down into women that want to travel, and maybe again a certain age. So yes, that is one way of doing it. So if you're in the travel space, you would niche it down to women, and then from there, is there another sub market underneath that, or a sub niche under that you could serve with some specifics? What if there are too many people in your niche? How do you stand out? Well, that's the thing, right? You got to show up on a regular basis, and you got to keep putting out content. Like, that's number one. And the other thing is how do you become different? What is something that you believe in or stand behind, that is part of your mission statement? Because that's what your differentiator will be, right? So for me, my thing on how I'm going to stand out is I'm going to show up. I'm not going to be, saying that you can go and build something in 30 days and you're going to be a millionaire. It kills me when I still see ads running that people say, how would you like to launch a product on Amazon and have it change your life forever? And you'll have a business of your dreams. It's just BS, right? So I'm not standing behind that. I'm standing against that. So it's us against them, right? And that's a great position to be in, because once you get people that are behind you, they're like, yeah, we don't want to be like them, right? So now all of a sudden you start to create somewhat of a movement in a sense. So I'm very vocal about, I'm big on family. I'm big on, not building a massive company that I have to have a whole bunch of employees. I'm big on all of that stuff. I'm big on time. I'm big on taking care of myself, like all of those things. I'm not about showing you a picture of me renting a Lamborghini, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it to impress anyone. So it's important that your values come through, but you have to also be able to show up and give people what they want, and then you give them what they need. So a way to do that is just stand by what you believe in and then show them by actions. So like me showing up here, I'm doing this. I'm showing you this is what I believe in. I believe me showing up here and helping you is going to then help a lot more people. It will just naturally start to grow and get people to jump in and grab the playbook, and then become part of our Brand Creators Academy, be part of our community of brand creators, of brand rockers, as Octavio had said. Like, that's what it's about for me. So it's not about serving everyone. It's about serving the small group. And here's the deal. Have you ever, has any of you read, there's a blog post out there. It's called Your True 1000 Fans. Google that. True 1000 fans. Not now, do it later. It's a post. It's a well-known post, and basically goes through, if you just focus on getting 1,000 people over time to just be raving fans, they'll buy from you on a regular basis that will support you for the rest of your life, depending on your lifestyle, right? But basically, you just need to serve 1,000 people, right? You need to serve 1,000 people, and that's your only focus, not hundreds of thousands, okay? 1,000 people. Seems easier, right? So just focus on that. I don't care if there's 5 people here, or if there's 150 people here, or 15,000 people here. I'm still going to give you the same amount of attention. I'm speaking to one person, technically, you and I, right here, right now, right? Yes, there's more than one on here, but I'm looking at that camera right now, and I know that I'm speaking to one of you or all of you, but I'm really conveying it as one. So you just have to be you, and you got to stand behind something. What do you believe in? And let that be part of your messaging. Okay, how do you know that a keyword is a long tail? Well, a long tail is something that is long, is something like more than just 2 words, right? It could be, can you catch bass in a pond? It's a long tail, right? Also, you'll know that it's long tail because it's generally getting less traffic, right? So instead of looking at a keyword like bass fishing that might get 60,000 searches a month, I'm looking at, can you catch bass with a rubber worm as a question? And that might only get 250 searches a month. I don't care, right? It's serving a specific part of the market that's looking for a specific question, right? Someone who's into bass fishing, someone that's probably a newbie, and probably someone that just wants to know how to catch more bass and how to catch them with a rubber worm, or can they? Right? So you see what I did there? We're just specifically going after them. Same thing goes for a piece of content that you're monetizing, right? If I create a piece of content that says 5 best types of rubber worms to catch bass, that's a long tail keyword. Someone is searching for that. What color rubber worms to catch bass, right? If they land on my post, there's a good chance they're looking to buy rubber worms, right? So I don't care that there's only 100 searches a month happening there. Those 100 searches I can get in front of a lot quicker, a lot easier. So I have a better chance of selling them as well. It's not 1,000, it's 100, right? So that's the way that I look at it. That's long tail. Mark, what's up? How can I niche down on boxing for fitness? I like that. I do like that because again, here we are, right? Get in shape, health, fitness. Here it is, right? Then we have, get jacked, right? Get big, become a bodybuilder. No, we don't want that, right? How to, or cardio. We have cardio, right? And then we have a different style of cardio, and it's boxing or kickboxing or something like that, right? So I would say one way to niche that down would be targeting a specific type of person. So is it a male? Is it a female? Okay. Is it someone that's over a certain age? That's an easy one to do that. So you could be like, how to get in shape boxing for men over 40, right? Or for women over 40 or over 50, or for men middle-aged, right? That's how you could do that. But I would also encourage you to just start looking up boxing for fitness and see what other people have already identified as maybe a sub-market. That's what I would do. Which that might be a good example to share on one of these coffee talks. If you guys would be interested in me doing some more niche drill downs for you guys, let me know. And I could take like this one right here, boxing for fitness, and we can dig into that one day. Let me know if you're interested in me doing that. If you are, I'll consider doing it. We'll make that a coffee talk. John, what's up, man? Is a good copywriting niche Amazon new brand supplements? I'm not quite sure I understand, John. Is a good copywriting, I think, is copywriting a good niche? It can be, but then you would want to niche it down to who are you serving for copywriting? Are you serving podcasters? Are you serving bloggers? Are you serving coaches? Are you serving, accountants, right? Like you can then just add whatever the market is that you're targeting for copywriting, and then you can educate on that. Now, they might not be searching for copywriting. They may be searching for how to sell more of their service. Then the copywriting would come in. So I would try to target the niche that you can help the most with your copywriting skills. That's what I would do. And Amazon new brand supplements. Again, I don't really know what we're asking there. So if you can clarify, I can try to answer that. Ashley, since we're all about barbecue, do we need to niche down to only pellet smokers, what we use frequently, or is it okay to include things that use our grill as well, as that is also a big part of what we do? Yeah, I mean, I think you're okay to do that, Ashley, but I do like you using the pellet smokers. Because that's like, we just niched it down. Right now we're like barbecue. We've got certain types of barbecue, right? We have on wood barbecue, right? Certain types of wood. And then we have pellet smokers. So I think you could do a whole bunch in the pellet smokers in the beginning to go long tail and to go specific in that market, but you have room to go into, let's do another vertical, right? So I'm not saying you have to focus on that only one right now. Focus on one that you can create and develop a lot. There's a lot of content you can do on pellet smokers, I'm sure. Like you could probably spend the next 3 months just on pellet smokers, right? But then, yeah, if you want to do other things, you can sprinkle them in, because again, we don't want to call ourselves pelletsmokersusa.com, right? We don't want to do that because we want to talk about more things. But yeah, I love that example of niching down with using pellet smokers. I love that. Great, great idea. So I would encourage you to do that for sure. Let's see. Mike, thanks, Scott. Definitely looking into men in their 30s or possibly for beginners. It allows me to talk about macros and calorie tracking as well as include my recipes. Yes. Yep. Exactly. So just target that. What is something like who is that 30-year-old and what they're struggling with? I'm looking out my window here. I thought there was like a deer coming up because there's a lot of deer around here, but it wasn't. It was just the shrub going back and forth. Yeah, so I would focus on like what are you looking to help men in their 30s gain muscle, or are you helping them lose weight? What is the thing that they want? And then you can give them what they need, right? But what does that 30-year-old want? Is it they want to get bigger, and they want to add muscle mass? Because we could talk about muscle mass like, oh, I want to look like all muscular, right? Because I want to look good on the beach. Or we can go the other angle and say why you need to be putting muscle on as you get older, because it also helps burn, calories and also helps you lose weight, right? And it's also healthier to have more muscle. And as you get older, you lose muscle. It deteriorates if you don't keep building muscle, which, by the way, that is all true. I've done a little bit of research myself. But yeah, I would say, yeah, you're on the right track. Just try to target a specific thing that they want and then go really deep in that area and in that, that sub niche. My recipes are niched down to protein powder recipes. Cool. Yeah, perfect. I love it. And protein powder recipes for what? To gain muscle, to lose weight, to stay full longer. Okay, so we can do all of that stuff. Oh, cool. Karen said, I joined. Yeah. Karen's been a member for a while, but just wasn't in our group. So we just needed to make that happen. So you're all set, Karen, and that hot seat is going to go live this afternoon. Salman, does your domain have to reflect your niche or just marketing? Your name domain versus business descriptive one. I like something to be broad enough that I can talk about other things, but you do want it to be something that is related. So when someone hears it, they're like, oh yeah, I'm at the right place, right? So if you were talking about bass fishing and you didn't want to call yourself Bass Fishing Tips 101, it would just be something like, let's think on the fly here. Something like fishforfun.com or mybigcatch.com, right? Like something like that. That would be better than just calling it bassfishing101tips.com, something like that. Gio, I used the box as a kid, and one of the areas I focused on was stamina. Lots of material there. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Oh, Salama, thank you. Salama's reminding today. Good job, Salama. The old bulletproof getting a little chilly there. It's cool in the house here. John says, yes, please. Okay, cool. So that's on the, that was for the copywriting. Okay, cool. So hopefully that made sense. Let's see. Okay, Salama says, yes, I would love to dig into a niche drill down. Yeah, I just need examples too. If you guys want to give me any, we can do the boxing for fitness. We can do that one. And then any other ones you guys think of, we can maybe do a whole session on that. Yes, please. Definitely interested in that. That was Mark. Okay, cool. That's on the boxing. Cool. I like that. That's good. Let's see here. Okay. Justin, trail running for casual runners. Yeah. So trail running is different than like sprinting, right? Or trying to get up your stamina to go into a marathon. So trail running for casual runners, I think that's niche, right? And so then you can, again, I'd try to identify someone else that's already talking about this topic, look at their website, look at other content that they've developed and see a trend there. And that'll lead you to probably even being a little bit more clear on who that is. It's exactly what I need to work on right now. Yeah, is niching that down. Yes, niche drill down, please. Cool. Like it. John, awesome. Thank you. You answered my question. I am a copywriter who has been selling on Amazon now for 2 years. I want to expand my copywriting business as that business is a sole proprietorship. But wondering how to niche it down. That's how I would niche it down, John. You need to carve out a specific niche to start with. And then everything is tailored there, right? Like, so copywriting, when we're talking about copywriting, we're talking about usually selling or getting an opt-in or getting someone to click on it from an ad. So copywriting plays in all of those different things. It's really it's persuasive writing in a way that makes or helps people make up their own mind that this is the right decision for them, right? So you need to think about the market that you're serving. So if it is, like I said, going after accountants, well, you need to market it to accountants and say, here's how to get more people to know about your business. You need to understand copywriting. What does that mean? Here's what it is. And then you just kind of outline it and say, by making these few shifts, when you write an email, when you send, or when you do a Facebook ad, when you write your blog about us page, here's something you should consider. All those things are tailored towards an accountant now, right? So now that accountant's like, this is for me. If you just try to sell me an overall copywriting training, yeah, it could be good, but I'm going to think, well, is it going to pertain to my business specifically? I have to almost translate that. But if you can translate it for them, then it's a lot easier. And you can have different sub niches that you're serving. You just need to tailor your messaging. I mean, heck, if you're a copywriter, you already know how to message those people. You just need to tailor it towards them. What is their pain points, and how are you going to help that person reading it get them to understand it? It's the same thing that we're talking about just with copywriting. Okay. Mike, well, most mainly overweight, but the best way to lose weight is to build muscle while losing weight. Yeah, no problem. Karen says, I've been trying to stay off Facebook. It adds too much stress. Yeah, well, you know what I've done? I don't really look at my news feed, to be honest with you. I look at my notifications of things that I've interacted with, but I don't really even publish on my own personal profile. So I don't pay attention. I don't see the news. Like, a lot of times I don't even know what's going on. I'll have to check in every now and then with someone and say, hey, what should I know? But I don't, that stuff can get you pretty crazy. So I agree, but you will want to be part of the Brand Creators Academy Facebook group. That's where a lot of happiness happens. That's where a lot of motivation happens. That's where a lot of action happens. Would you have your domain name as your business name? Yeah, you can. It doesn't have to be, but it can if it makes sense. Kay says, I agree with Karen, less Facebook sometime. Yeah, I agree with you too. I think you need to have discipline on Facebook or social media in general. It's a distraction, but it's also, you kind of compare yourself to others, and then that can be demotivating. So I agree. Should we just drop in our niche topics in BCA? Yeah, Gio, if you want to do that, we'll do private ones inside the Academy as well. So yeah, do that. But I'm more than happy to do a few here for anyone that is not currently a member in Brand Creators Academy. And guys, let me just time out real quick. Do you see what I just did there? And I don't mind calling it out because I'm doing it naturally. I'm not thinking about it, but it just happens as you get into that flow. I'm sharing with you what we do inside the Academy. And maybe by you seeing it, you will want to be a part of the Academy when we open July 6th, right? So I didn't sit down here and go, I'm going to map this out so I can make sure that I mention this stuff. I didn't do that. All I'm doing is, Gio just mentioned, should we drop this in our niche topics in BCA? BCA is Brand Creators Academy. He's a member, but he's also here to coffee talk, okay? So I'm going to share with you guys what a niche drill down looks like. We have several that are done, and now Gio can drop one in there, and I'll do one privately for him. But I just basically mentioned Brand Creators Academy again. That's how you can do it within your own products when you have something that you're working towards, right? But I can still help you guys. Even if you don't join Brand Creators Academy, I'm going to give you a free niche drill down. I'm going to show you what it looks like, right? And that's just a small sliver of what we do. So again, just learn from what I'm doing. So this way here, you can plug that into your own business. And before you know it, it's second nature. You're not even thinking about it. Okay. Okay. Nice. Our niche identification is for content creation. Yes, it helps. So when you're doing the niche drill down, you want to be able to serve a specific market So that way the content is going to attract those people and bring them into your ecosystem. Even though you're bringing them in here, you're going to have sub niches that will still pertain to them. It's just you're bringing them in on that one search or that one area that they're focusing on right now, right? If I got brought in by Mike, who has recipes for using protein powder to create really tasty treats, that's going to help me build muscle. And I'm looking for how to build muscle. And I found his article on how to create protein snacks, then I'm going to be brought in. But now when I get there, he may have tips on how to, or what should be your weekly routine for working out. Here's the 5 things you should know. I'm going to read that, right? But I was brought in with the protein, snacks thing, right? Because I'm still related. It's still related. It's just sub niche down. A lot of questions here. Salama, would you have a business just with your name.com versus brandcreators.com? I do have ScottVoelker.com. It goes nowhere right now. But the idea is I'm just going to have an about page there, really. And that's really just for people to know my backstory. But that same thing will be located on Brand Creators. So yes, I purchased it a long time ago. But the idea there is it's just kind of like my... I guess the things that I've done where if I'm getting a speaking gig, maybe they'll look at it. If someone wants to look me up on a news network, they can go there and they can see what I've done and what I'm about. But it's not necessarily where I'm going to put all my content. It's right now as Brand Creators and Rock Your Brand Podcast. Like that's my focus, right? But it is me, yeah, no problem, John. How much content do you consume every day? Not a ton. I don't even listen to many podcasts anymore. Every now and then I will look at my playlist and I'll look at a few. But for the most part on my walks, I'm listening to some good old fashioned rock music. Brings me back to the day. And it relaxes me, to be honest with you. And it's kind of weird, but yeah. Content as far as like what I'm working on, the only thing that I'm really focusing on is like right now, I'm really focusing on Facebook ads. I'm fortunate. I have Chris Schaefer, but him and I go back and forth with strategies and we'll talk about, maybe someone that we know that's running an experiment. Maybe they did a podcast on it. We'll listen to it. We'll digest it. We'll see if we're going to plug it in. And then once we plug it in, guess what? I get to turn that into a piece of content too, because now I can teach it. So yeah, not a ton of content. I consume what I need to know right now in order to do what I need to do. And I think that goes for all of us right now. If you're watching this and you're like, Scott, I need help with, I don't know, building my email list, right? I need help with lead magnets, right? Coming up with my lead magnet. Well, you know what you can do? You can go back in the archives of this Coffee Talk playlist, which should be here if we put it in the right spot. So playlist will go here or it'll go in the description. And from there, you can just go through our Coffee Talks, pick that out, go find that one episode or that one session and go into that one session. And that's it. Don't go in any other ones. And then take that and run with it. Right. So I only focus on things that I'm going to do like right now. I'm not like, oh, learning messenger bots. That sounds like something I should do right now. Maybe I'll go take a day and go through some training when I'm not going to use it right now. Right. I shouldn't be thinking about that right now. I got other things I need to be doing. Right. That's why it's important to prioritize. Okay. So Mike says, so focus on one. And if we want to expand eventually, we can always make another category on our blogs to focus on the next phase. Yes. Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself. Example, I can start with building muscle for middle-aged dads, and then I can always add a category for losing weight to my blog in the future or several other categories. Yes, that's exactly right. John, when does this BCA open up again? July 6th. Thanks for asking. July 6th is when it opens. We'll be open for 5 days, and then we're closed again for another 3 months. We open 4 times a year, and that's intentional because we want to focus and pour all of our energy into Brand Creators Academy, which we have a couple of new trainings we're going to be putting in there too. We have a full library of trainings. We have hot seats, which one's going up today with Karen, who's on, by the way. We spent an hour going through her brand. The other cool thing is you get to see people's brands. You get to see their niches. You get to see what we're advising. You see other people in the community building their brands and helping each other in their brands. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about Brand Creators Academy. That's when it's opening up. Is there a website to go to for BCA program? Well, the only thing that I would say is if you did not download the brand growth validation checklist, That's what I would do first. So I'd go to brandcreators.com and make sure that you go through that brand growth validation checklist. There's a little button there that says checklist. Download that. Once you do that, it's going to give you a video of me walking you through that process and the cheat sheet, but you're also going to be on the list. And when we open up Brand Creators Academy, you'll be notified. So that's how. If you're on a coffee talk, we'll let you know here too. So that's how we'll do it. Oh, and if you wanted to kind of get a little bit of a head start and you haven't grabbed this guy, then you'd want to grab the playbook, which is brandcreatorsbook.com. All right, brandcreatorsbook.com. This playbook is the exact playbook that we go through and that we use as our playbook inside of Brand Creators Academy. So that right there, brandcreatorsbook.com. Okay, let me get back to the comments real quick. Man, this is a good topic today, huh, guys? Let's see. Okay, right here. Mark, where will we get the boxing for fitness niche drill down? Will it be here on Coffee Talks? Yes, it will. And maybe, let me think here. It might be a good idea to give us a little bit of time. I'm thinking probably next week is when I would probably say that we can do that. Tomorrow, we're going to make sure that we're really tight on, we're going to probably have to only spend about 20 minutes together because then I got to hit the road. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will be on the road as well. But Friday, we're going to do our jam session. So Friday, if you guys have any questions for Friday's jam session, drop it in the comments. Let me know ahead of time or just show up. And again, takeactioncrew.com. If you guys are new, make sure you go there. Make sure that you get the notifications on the Facebook page. All right, so let me go back here. Let's see. Oh, Gio, ScottVoelker, what do you think about the DIY niche? I like it, but it's a little broad. DIY for what? DIY for making sheds or, building sheds? Is it for making furniture? Is it for cabinetry? Is it for home remodel? What is it, right? I need to know what it is. The niche itself always probably has a DIY element to it. Let's see. Mike, in July, this is a crazy popular topic. Yes, it is. Got it. Doing it shortly. Awesome. Cool. Karen, would highly recommend Brand Creators Academy for someone who is interested in your own business. It will help you get off the sidelines and move forward. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Mark, love it. Thanks. No problem. Salma, thank you. All right, guys, this went longer again today. This was a good topic. Guess we'll have to probably drill down a little bit more, huh? We should probably do more drill downs. And maybe I could do one of them every now and then. That'll be helpful here. I do them always inside of Brand Creators Academy. That's where we'll take anyone's and we'll do that. We also do website reviews. We call it Website Wednesday reviews is what we call it. And we do those, which is a lot of fun. And then we do have, like I said, standalone training. We have a 30-day roadmap, 30-day-ish, we call it, the roadmap that gets you up and running like that every step of the way. So we have all that stuff. And we are looking to create a brand new training in there that is going to be talking about creating your own digital product with a lead magnet and then a product that could be sold and that you could probably build it within 30 days. So we're going to go through that process. We're actually building something out right now. We're testing something, and then we're going to share that inside the Academy. And that's also what we do. We share our brand building process. Our results that we're getting, our email list building process, all of that stuff is documented in there. I mean, you literally get to watch us build a list from scratch in a new market and how we generated 9,000, I think it was 9,300-ish emails. And then we actually show you how we broadcast email. We send follow-up emails and we do all of that stuff. All of that stuff is in the Academy. And that's what I mean. We're focusing all of our energy there and within that community. So if you guys are interested, definitely make sure that you're ready July 6th when we open. In the meantime, you can grab this. This will give you a great head start. You'll have at least the playbook. And then from there, all the training will make a lot of sense. So brandcreatorsbook.com. Grab a copy if you haven't done so already. Let's see here. Oh, Gio, thank you. One last sip before we go. All right. Yeah. Website reviews are awesome. Yes, they are. Gio, time to drop some money on ScottVoelker's tip jar. Now, the tip jar, yeah, the book would be the tip jar. Yeah, right. $4.99. So yeah, that would be cool. But thank you, Gio, for saying that. All right, guys, gotta run. Tomorrow will be a little bit of a quicker coffee talk. So I'm just prepping you for that. Friday will be as usual. I'll be in a different location, but I'm going to be here doing a Friday jam session. And what I would like you guys to tell me, what do you guys think the theme of the coffee talk for Friday's jam session? I always like to start with a theme. What is a question or a theme that we should open up questions for the jam session? So if you guys can let me know that, I can go ahead and make sure that we lead it with that theme in mind. So if you guys could do that, please, in the comments, let me know. And that way there, I'll be prepared for Friday's jam session. All right. So guys, do that. Even if you're watching this on a replay, let me know. If you have any questions you want me to answer on an upcoming jam session, drop them in the comments. That way there, I'll have them ahead of time. And I can make sure to try to get to all of those when we do the jam session. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Going to wrap it up. Have an awesome, amazing day. As always, take care, take action, and I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Bye, guys. Have a good day.